I'm just kidding. Hello everyone, my name is Klein, and welcome back to another Let's Talk video. This is a video that, you may have noticed I did a special thumbnail for. It's nothing too crazy. But, it's the Let's Talk video based around Unus Annus, and if you're watching this video, you could be watching it the day it comes out, or you could be watching it a year from now, and if you don't know what Unus Annus is, ultimately, unless someone re-uploads it, which technically they're not really allowed to, but people don't care about rules. But you're supposed to not be able to ever know what it is if you weren't there to experience it. So if you're not familiar with Unus Annus, the gist of it was that it was a channel that was only around for a year. And then after that year, it got deleted. And last night, last night, was the anniversary of the year that the channel started, which was November 13th. And last night at 1 a.m., my time anyway, 1 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the channel got deleted. So it was a 12-hour live stream that they did. I have never sat through a 12-hour live stream before. I've never sat through an entire charity stream. I've never sat through an entire stream that's more than like a few hours. But I sat here in this computer chair for 12 hours watching the Unus Annus stream because I wasn't gonna miss this for the world. And so yeah, afterwards the entire channel is deleted. So if you never got a chance to really see it, you don't really have a chance now. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of sad because people who didn't get to experience it never get to experience it. But the people that do get to have bragging rights over the people that didn't. And also all the social media pages for Unus Annus are down. All the merch stores are down and all that. You can't get any more merchandise. I was lucky to get some merchandise last minute. It should be here in December, I think. But it was just the 12-hour live stream yesterday was a crazy occasion, and I'm pretty sure this could be said for everyone on the stream, including Mark and Ethan, that was probably some of the fastest 12 hours of my entire life. That zoomed by like that. It felt like 2 hours. It didn't even feel like 12, and that was probably part of the reason why I was able to sit here for 12 hours watching the entire thing, because that was probably the fastest 12 hours of my entire life. And on the stream, they looked through some fan art, they watched a couple last videos, they talked and all that. It felt like an entire production. It felt like going to like a live show or a concert. I mean, technically it was a live show, but you know what I mean. Like going to see like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye on tour or something like that. That's kind of what it felt like. But the channel's gone now. The entire gist of it was it actually had a good message, but that was that a lot of people didn't get it. But it was the fact that it's only around for a year. There's only so much time you could do. And the bio, I don't remember exactly what it said, but I remember the first few lines, which was, what would you do if you only had a year left to live? Would you squander with the time you had given, or would you make the most of every second? And then I don't remember the rest of the bio, but those first two lines will stick with me forever, because that's like, basically they showed us almost what the point of life is. Not really, but you get the idea that if you don't, wasting every second is not what you want to do. You need to have a finite balance. When people say live every day like it's your last, people don't mean like be a workaholic every day, because that will kill you. Not literally, but emotionally and physically, yes. But you won't actually die, but you know what I mean. It'll figuratively kill you. But break days are important too. You need to give yourself when people. I've never been a huge fan of the phrase "live every day like it's your last," because to me that feels like, well, if it's my last day on Earth, I want to do everything I want to do, and if I work myself to the fullest every single day, I am going to be exhausted all the time. Which is not great, but they made a good point where you don't want to waste a second either. Because, sitting down and relaxing and stuff like that, the videos aren't all of the time. There's the time in between there, where I assumed, like, yeah, they were probably just relaxing and chilling out. But, what am I trying to say here? You don't want to waste time. And like chilling out, sitting down, like eating a few snacks and watching a YouTube video. If you enjoy doing that, that is nowhere near a waste of time. I hate when people will be like, at least I don't waste my time playing video games or watching TV and stuff like that. If you enjoy playing video games or watching TV or drawing or whatever it is your hobby is, and somebody says, at least I don't waste time doing blank, if you enjoy doing that, if you enjoy doing whatever that hobby is, whether it spans from making YouTube videos like I do, or you frickin' study astronomy. Well, astronomy. I don't know a lot of people who would say astronomy is a waste of time. Let me reword that. Whether you like play an instrument, or you draw, or you're good at video games, or you like to sing, something like that, if somebody says, at least I don't waste my time doing blank, doing something along the lines of those kinds of hobbies, if you enjoy doing it, it is nowhere near a waste of time. I get told all the time, at least I don't waste my time, like, playing video games, or making YouTube videos, or watching TV, or playing guitar, or singing, stuff like that. I get told that by a lot of people before. And it's absolute bullcrap, because if you enjoy doing what you're doing, then it is not a waste of time at all. Because you're doing what makes you happy, and that's really making the most of your time, doing what makes you happy. You don't have to constantly work to make yourself happy. I mainly do YouTube videos on the days I feel like it. I'm not really obligated to upload too much every day, because I know that the people on the YouTube channel don't pressure me. There's not a whole lot of people here anyway, but I know the people on the channel don't pressure me every day to upload. And some days I am really just not feeling it. I don't want to sit down, and I don't want to talk and upload. I don't want to talk for like 30 minutes, then have to edit it down, and then have to upload it. I don't really feel like doing that. So there's some days where I just really don't upload, and the people are fine with that too, which is, dude, it's great that people are fine with that. Um, but Unus Annus did upload every day, and whether it was making a Mad Lib and putting it through Google Translate, and that was the entire video, or they made a full-on production like Hunting Kihu, or The Truth of Unus Annus, those kinds of videos, whether or not it's one of like the full-on productions, or whether or not it's just Mark opening a cup that Ethan couldn't open for a year, it's still a good video. It's also an example of what I'm trying to say is you don't need to make like a full-on production video every day of your life for like Unus Annus if you only have a year left to live and all that. You don't have to make it a full-fledged production every day. You can just do bullcrap. You can just try and open a cup for an entire day, and people will still enjoy it. And as long as you enjoy it, that's really the main point. You don't have to. I mean, Unus Annus being a YouTube channel, they kind of had to worry about what the audience will think about it. But something that they mentioned was that they can basically just make anything on Unus Annus, and like not even on Unus Annus, like Markiplier or what. Mark and Ethan, if you don't know their YouTube names, is Markiplier and Crank Gameplays, but they can really just make anything on YouTube, and people will enjoy it, and that's a very good skill to have. I have not really spread my wings out from gaming content in a while, but the thing about Unus Annus too was you don't really think about it until you notice that, like, Mark and Ethan, yeah, the main thing they do on their channel is gameplay. There's like no gameplay. There was like no gameplay videos on Unus Annus. There's none of that. There's none of the normal quote-unquote content that you normally see on Mark or Ethan's channel. It's completely unique and completely different. And if you weren't around for this 1 year to see it, then you're probably never going to see it unless someone does something basically illegal and re-uploads. You're probably never going to see it. And I do have a few tabs open. Like, one of my favorite videos was the Mad Libs video and the dog training video. I have those tabs open, and like if you open the tabs before the stream got deleted, the tabs still work. You can still watch the videos. So I have those tabs open. I'm going to watch those videos one more time, and then trust me when I say I'm going to close the tabs, and I will never see those videos again. There was a few videos. There were 3 videos I want to watch one more time. the dog training video, the my birthday video, and the Mad Libs video. I did not record them. I did not re-upload them. I simply still have the tabs open from before the stream got deleted, and the tabs still work. So I'm gonna watch those, then I'm gonna exit the tabs, and once I exit that tab, there's absolutely no way to get back to it. So yeah, also the end of the stream was really poetic and really nice. I didn't record any of the stream either. I took a lot of screenshots, but I did not record any of it because I also felt like I was breaking the rules. A lot of people recorded the stream and re-upload it. I don't know if Mark and Ethan are going to count that as re-uploading. I assume so, but the most video I've seen an upload of the acupuncture one, and that's the only actual video I've seen uploaded. The rest are uploads from the end of the stream. You're not supposed to do that, but people did anyway. But I did take a lot of screenshots at important moments. Like, I took a screenshot halfway through the stream at around 6 hours. I took a screenshot of the final hour. I took a screenshot at 10 minutes left, 5 minutes left, and then I took a screenshot once the clock hit 0. So it's really just it's poetic. You know, it's what they said. Like, I am sad, but it's not a crying sad. It's like peace. It's like, that, like, they did the best that they could, and I watched every video personally. We fulfilled everything. I was there from the beginning to end and watched every single video, and everything was fulfilled. It didn't feel like there was any unfinished business. It didn't feel like there was anything that they could have done possibly more. And I feel like that's why it wasn't a sad death. And we were also able to prepare for it. But also it's like, oh, it's not the death of a person. I heard people saying that, like, yeah, of course it's not the death of a person. But it's like the death of something that, like, if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, of any year, of any generation that you could have been born, you lived through Unus Annus. And the fact that you lived through Unus Annus is special enough. But if you were there from beginning to end and you watched every single video, you are like 1 in a million people. And I literally mean 1 in a million people, because there was like 1.5 million people at the end of the stream. So if you are at the end of the stream, you are literally 1 in a million people that were there. So yeah, if you think about it, in the world, in the entire span of time, in the entire world, with the entire population of the world, when you think about how many people in the world, there was 1.5 million people to witness the end of Unus Annus. And in the entire span of the Earth, those 1.5 million people will be the only people to ever have seen the end of Unus Annus, unless someone re-uploads it, which I don't like. But you know what? Let's scratch the re-uploading for a second and pretend the people who do illegal things don't exist. Those 1.5 million people will be the only people ever to witness the end of Unus Annus in all of existence. And to think that I'm one of those people, it does feel really special. That out of every year, of every decade, of all time, I lived through that. You might have lived through that. Everyone watching this video lived through that, obviously. But you may have been at the end of the stream. I don't know anyone watching this video. You probably were. If you're watching this, you were probably at the end of the stream. Or one of your friends told you about Unus Annus last second, and you couldn't watch any videos, and you're like, okay, what now? But it's just like, if you don't know what Unus Annus means, I don't know what language it is, but it is in some language. I'll have to look it up later. I'm not looking it up right now. But it means 1 year in a language. And Memento Mori is a overgoing term in the in Unus Annus. And Memento Mori means remember death. And it feels kind of dark. It feels kind of dark and dingy and edgy and Reaper from Overwatch. But it's really the truth, though, that everything is temporary and nothing is going to last forever. There are things that will outlive you, there are things that will go on long after we are gone, but everything in the world will eventually come to an end. And it's dark, and it's kind of scary, but it's also the truth, and it's also kind of poetic. Like, make the most of the time you have, because unlike Unus Annus, we knew when it was going to end. We don't know when we'll end, which is why you should make the most of every minute that you have, as much as you can. Because if you don't, then it can all slip away. This took a fast turn. But seriously though, you should make the most of every minute you have, because you'll never have another chance. If you live through Unus Annus, congratulations. If you got some of the merch, you're basically wearing a time capsule. I'm not wearing it right now. It's supposed to arrive sometime within the next month or so. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a good day. And Klein and out. Memento Mori.